How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, you need to go get your shit. You need to go get your weed, your wine, your grape juice, your popcorn, and lean all up in it. I'm going to make it real juicy. All right? I discovered some things, my royal family. Now, we know all about Fatback. All right? He did the worst thing anybody could possibly do on social media. He gave out his address. And our folks showed up and showed out. I even caught a coon in the process, my royal family. Oh, yes. So I got a few things I'm going to read and many things I'm going to show. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Oh, so sweet to me. All the videos is juicy. Some of the stuff y'all seen and some of the stuff you haven't. I was like, wow, this is quite intriguing. Now, us bloggers, the responsible ones, make a point of giving y'all the most accurate information possible. And today is the end of the month, and we've been checking since last week that Edward Mathews was supposed to go to court. I checked high and I checked low. Can't find nothing. So they still covering for him and stuff. And so, this is one that's on the world stage, so we all been paying close attention. Haven't seen nothing yet. But I did learn some extra things now. Over on Lisa Cabrera's channel, she showed that he had a very lengthy, long criminal record. This ain't nothing but a low life criminal. And in New Jersey, specifically Mount Laurie, in Burlington County, they know about him and been allowing him to do whatever he wants. Now, when I did my research, all I could find when it comes to him working was that he worked construction as a designer. Now, I have a construction background as a welder, and you have carpenters, and you got pipe fitters and plumbers and various things. A designer. I said, okay. I ain't heard of that one, but, I could be missing something there. And the last that they have him working is in 2016. Now, his dumb ass let it be known that, he sell drugs. The New Jersey cops know what he all about, and ain't nothing is going to essentially happen to him. And based on his lengthy criminal record, he's absolutely right, even as I speak. So, also I found out that he's 45 years old. I'm like, really, dude? Really? You 45? You proud of that? You don't even look close to 45. You look old. 45, you're supposed to be looking young. Really young. Shit. I'm 55. I got 10 years on him. And, I know I don't look old, and I know I don't look my age. So, Edward has been charged with harassment, bias, intimidation. A Superior Court judge refused a prosecutor's request that he be held on a warrant and allowed to be released on a summons. Okay? See, the judge is complicit. Now, the prosecutor claimed that they're going to do a deep, extensive investigation. And this ain't a good look, and homeboy ain't safe. I don't really think he's safe. But it's something going on, too, on top of that, because they still covering for him. And it got quiet all of a sudden. We can't find many things. The police have been very quiet because this is their problem child. And this blew up all in their face. because they did not do their due diligence. But this is a classic example of them looking out for their own. We will hear Edward Mathews even say that, and even his dusty, raggedy, dope fiend ass ex-wife even stated that, she mad at him, but he ain't as bad as people make him out to be, and so she has to defend him to some extent. So, my royal family, we're gonna go on this journey and lean all up in it. We'll be back to you, your greasy ass fatback. That's what you get for giving out your address. So some of the things, my royal family, is going to be a recap. Got to refresh your memory. And I told y'all, I caught some cooning in the process. Ain't surprised. Gonna make your stomach turn.
Police in Burlington County are hoping for a more peaceful day today, hours after a man's viral, aggressive, racist rant led to plenty of turmoil. His despicable behavior brought out angry protesters and eventually did lead to his arrest. Action News reporter Catherine Scott has an update now from investigators.
This was a racist rant caught on camera, and what's more, neighbors say he's been harassing people who live here for years.
Well, I slept last night for the first time in a long time.
Relief from neighbors in Mount Laurel after the arrest of 45-year-old Edward Cagney Mathews.
Goes around and he pretty much terrorizes quite a few neighbors. He threw stuff through my window. He harassed the woman that used to live over there so much, she moved.
With an officer outside, Mathews' house was quiet this morning, a stark contrast from Monday. To the shouts of protesters, Mount Laurel police took Mathews into custody Monday evening from his home at the Essex Place complex. Mathews faces charges of bias, intimidation, harassment, assault, stemming from a now viral video from last Friday.
It's not Africa. Oh, this is Africa. It's not Solomon or wherever.
All right. Let me see these settings on here. Because I want, there's some cooning going on here. And I don't think I have the settings for this. But we're going to go backtrack this. Because I caught a coon. And I know some of y'all seen it too.
The video shows Mathews saying the N-word multiple times. Mathews was initially charged Friday. He faced additional charges after the prosecutor's office reviewed more footage. Before he was arrested, Action News spoke to him by Zoom. On Monday, the number of protesters grew throughout the day.
They had seen videos that weren't available to us on Friday night that were even worse than what we did have available to us on Friday night. And the protesters had every right to be upset about that because this is despicable conduct.
The only thing that I can possibly say is I cannot apologize enough. I was drunk, I was out of line, I let my anger get the best of me.
Today, a woman who identified herself as Mathews' ex-wife came with an officer to pick up belongings. She said she doesn't live here, but still owns the home. The police chief says several nearby homes were also damaged in the protest, and he said 10 to 15 officers were hit by pepper spray as they took Mathews into custody. In Mount Laurel, Catherine Scott, Channel 6.
Okay, let me stop that because I had stopped it on the wrong part of this. And I was looking to see if they had this feature on their website where you can slow things down, but I see that they don't have it. But I will re-show this little portion of it because when I caught it, I said, boy, it's always one in the bunch that all about that life, all about that cooning and stuff. Always up there covering for massa and all this. Let's see here. Let's go back a little taste. I think it's right here. Let's see. Oops, I'm in the beginning stages. Don't want to go there. Take it further over. See what we got here.
I was born in America.
The video shows Mathews saying the N-word multiple times. Mathews was initially charged Friday. He faced additional charges after the...
It's not Africa.
The protesters, Mount Laurel police took Mathews into custody Monday evening from his home at the Essex Place complex. Mathews faces charges of bias.
You see this coon right here? You see her black ass? You see that she is up front. You see her ass up front. I don't understand us. I mean, he been terrorizing this neighborhood for years. And she take her coon ass, initiate herself to get up there and be a human shield for Massa. For Massa. When I was looking at that, I was like, I'll be damn. Really? So I show it a couple of times and pay attention because somebody did bust her wig with a bottle of water.
Intimidation, harassment, assault, stemming from a now viral video from last Friday.
Not Africa. Oh, this is
Let's go back. Let's go back. Let's go back. Okay, let's try that again. See how that do. Let it recalibrate itself. See what we got going. Yes.
To the shouts of protesters, Mount Laurel police took Mathews into custody Monday evening from his
Here
home
I
at the
ask. Here
Essex
she
Place
coming.
complex. Mathews faces charges of bias.
Okay, let me freeze that. Now, when that went down, that was an agreement. They allowed her to do that. You know, they allowed her. You notice that the pigs did not try to stop this coon, this mammy, from doing what she is doing. I don't know what you're trying to accomplish.
It's intimidation.
Look at her. Got her arms wide open, all of that. Don't even got a mask on. You know, she want people to see her face. She want people to know she about that life. She want people to know that she is willing to die for Massa.
Harassment, assault.
They see her right there. You see how it's going down?
Stemming from a now viral video from last.
Because I caught some footage where she got hit. She did get hit. Maybe it's going to be on the other one. I'm going to show that one more time to make y'all disgusted. Here we go again. This damn Sally.
From his home at the Essex Place complex. Mathews faces charges of bias.
All right, Massa, I got it, Massa. I got it, Massa. Look, I only got my mask on. I don't care if I even get Roro or Rona. I don't care, Massa. Look, I'm gonna do a good job. Look, I got my arms wide open.
It's intimidation.
You need your ass whooped. What you on? What you think you protecting? See, that's a problem. That's a problem. I bet you she was friends with him. You know, she wanted to know what he all about, thinking that she could control the narrative. And what he do? Show his true ass nature.
Harassment, assault, stemming from an album.
You see how she made that gesture? You see how she made that gesture from... Let me go back to that. She made this little gesture like, come on, I got this. Pay attention to it.
Police took Mathews into custody Monday evening from his home at the Essex Place complex. Mathews faces charges of bias, intimidation, harassment, assault.
You see how she looked back and she did a gesture with her arm? Yeah,
Stemming
come on,
from
I got
a
this.
Viral video from last Friday.
Not Africa.
All right, that's enough of that. I know I done made y'all stomach turn, but I have to do what I have to do, my royal family. You told y'all, I'm going to always deliver. Make it real juicy. Okay, so we're going to watch this one. We see, as many of us, this is a number that we are assigned. Anybody that's new to the True Royal family or True Royal in the word, number 17 means overcoming the enemy and a complete victory. It's good to look at these recaps, catch some things, didn't even realize what was going down. Okay, drum roll.
The big story in Action News is the anger and outrage over an explosive interaction between neighbors. Protesters gathered outside of a home in Mount Laurel today after a man was captured on video shouting offensive and racist slurs at his neighbors. The man now faces harassment and biased intimidation charges. Action News reporter Christy Leto is live in Mount Laurel tonight with the full story. Christy.
That's right, Rick, and you can also add assault to those charges. Now, police have actually pushed us a ways back from the scene, but it is still very active, and that is because after they took Edward Mathews into custody, his home and some adjacent homes were actually vandalized. Police have confirmed to us that they've received complaints about Mathews before, and some residents feel this could have been avoided had it been addressed in the past.
Flanked by a large crowd of protesters calling for his arrest, Edward
Well, that ass is.
walked out of his home surrounded by Mount Laurel.
Look at her.
Water
Oh, that's even better footage.
at Mathews and the officers who essentially shielded
There it
him from
is.
projectiles.
That's where she got her wig busted. Oh, I'll go back to that in a minute, my royal family.
Extract him, but unfortunately someone.
Okay, I see where it started.
As the squad car left the Essex Place complex, officers in riot gear moved in. Mathews is the man now charged with bias, intimidation, and assault, stemming from a now viral video that shows him nonchalantly hurling the N-word multiple times at his neighbors. New video even details the moments before it escalated, showing him knocking on his neighbor's door, demanding the husband come out and speak with him.
I have every right to be here. Get your husband.
When another neighbor interceded on that couple's behalf, that's when it exacerbated, most of the video too graphic to play.
It's not Africa. Oh, this is not Solomon or wherever you were. I was born in America.
How many of us could show the restraint that this gentleman did, and he didn't deserve that. Nobody should ever feel unsafe or intimidated or discriminated against in their own house.
There is nothing that I'm going to be able to say that's going to justify me using the words that I use. Whatever I need to do to make the community and the world at this point, see how big it is? Understand that I made a mistake, allow me the ability to move forward, just like we all deserve.
Police confirm they've received complaints about Mathews before. This woman didn't want to show her face, but says he vandalized her home right before the now viral encounter with her neighbor.
Sad, because it should not be that many. If the justice system had done their work earlier, like I previously said, he would not be here at this point in time.
And again, Mathews apologized for what he said. He is behind bars until he is going to be arraigned sometime in the next few days. Meanwhile, police remain here on scene throughout the evening.
Okay, let's get back to the juiciness. Okay, let's refresh this. And let's go back to get that right one. I think it's this one. Yeah, here it is.
An outrage over an explosive interaction between neighbors. Protesters gathered outside of a home in Mount Laurel today after a man was captured on video shouting offensive and racist slurs at his neighbors. The man now faces harassment and biased intimidation charges. Action News reporter Christy Leto is live in Mount Laurel tonight with the full story. Christy.
That's right, Rick, and you can also add assault to those charges. Now, police have actually pushed us a ways back from the scene, but it is still very active, and that is because after they took Edward Mathews into custody, his home and some adjacent homes were actually vandalized. Police have confirmed to us that they've received complaints about Mathews before, and some residents feel this could have been avoided had it been addressed in the past.
Here comes Sally.
A large crowd of protesters calling.
There her ass. She even had the nerve to say something. And she made a point of, having her mask down because she wants to be acknowledged. That's what a coon do, because they want them brownie points.
For his arrest, Edward Cagney Mathews
She said, come on.
out of his home surrounded
I got
by
this,
Mathews
massa.
police.
I got this.
Water bottles and ice were
And somebody
poured at
bust her
Mathews and
fucking
officers who
wig.
essentially shielded him from
Boom.
project-
There she go, right there. Let's go back. Look at that again.
calling for his arrest.
Used before, and some residents feel this could have been avoided had it
Shit
been
makes my
addressed
stomach
in
turn.
the past.
Flanked by a large crowd of protesters calling.
Hey, I got this, massa. Just let me be in charge, massa. And all I want is a pat on the back, massa. Did I do good, massa? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna be able to not pick cotton no more, and now I can be in the big house, massa. Yeah. Okay, massa. Watch me work.
For his arrest, Edward
Come on.
Mathews
I'll go do
was
massa.
surrounded by
Come on.
police. Water bottles and ice were hurled at Mathews and the officers who essentially shielded him
Yeah, there you go. Get your ass busted in the wig.
from the projectile.
Yeah, again, you getting that work. Was they protecting her? Do you see anybody trying to protect her? They was trying to protect their own. And that is what they are supposed to do in this war. And then when we see our own performing the way that she is performing in this war, you are on your own, Sally. One more time to rub it in. You know, anybody new to the True Royal family know this is how I get down. Look at her. She just gonna impose herself and stuff. And trust and believe this is all played out. She already let them know, I'm gonna be up front. You know, them my folks out there. That's what you thought. And they ain't gonna harm me whatsoever.
Calling for his arrest, Edward Cagney Mathews walked out of his home surrounded by Mount Laurel police. Water bottles and ice were hurled at Mathews and the officers who essentially shielded him.
Bam! That's what I like. Somebody bust that bitch wig. Then she got it a second time.
From the projectiles.
Boom. Boom. That looked like 3 times, huh? I'm going to have to get on Twitter, find out who is that Sally doing what they do. That's why we have the situations that we have amongst our folks, because of people like her giving information, volunteering. For what reason? Makes no sense. They just get their thrills, my royal family, holding masses' attention for just a moment. And that suffice a coon. So my royal family, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to show a interview by one of the neighbors that used to live there by the name of Jasmine, young girl. Very good interview. Give us some more insight. Let's take this down. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's his ex-wife. Ooh, wow, girlfriend. You wearing them shorts. Damn, you can't tell your front or your back. Now, he 45, and normally people, when they hook up, you know, usually the woman is younger. I'm just putting that out there, my royal family. Boy, drugs can age you too. Anyhow, my royal family, I just thought that y'all might want to gaze at that. I'll leave that there. I might revisit that. So let's get into this interview.
So, can you tell me about your first encounter with Mathews?
When I first moved to Mount Laurel, he would...
Excuse me for that. I'm trying to make it better.
My downstairs neighbor, he was very irritable that we were moving in, so he kind of just had an attitude. He then found out, like, okay, they actually live there. Offered to help move stuff in. As the night went on, he started getting irritated about furniture and noise. He eventually ended up kicking in my door with like 4 kids there and about 3 other adults. I'm not sure the exact amount of kids, but it was a few kids and a few adults there. And he kind of just kicked the door in and started yelling all types of, you gotta get the F out of here, you're gonna listen, you're not gonna just be doing this and blah, blah, blah. And basically implying that we weren't supposed to be there.
Was it the noise you were making that seemed to upset him, or was it your colour?
I believe that it was a mixture of seeing minorities living above him. Apparently the apartment I was in, or condo I was in, was vacant for some time. So when we moved in there, it wasn't really apparent he was racist at first. That came out later on. But it was very clear that he was very aggravated that we were there, just in general. So.
And how many people you had people helping you move in?
Yes.
And who was going to be living in there?
So it was really just me and my son. So That was the main gist of it. I did have a boyfriend who was over there sometimes, but he didn't actually live there, so.
But you had other people helping move?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
And did he, I mean, you say he came and offered to help, I mean...
Yes, he's a bizarre man. He's very manipulative. He's like, on one side of the coin, he wants to be your friend. He wants to be cool. He wants to help and act like he's your friend. And then on another, on the other side, it's just like this raging monster that's just very childish and petty.
And was it drink, do you think? I mean, was it...
He absolutely was not drunk.
He was not.
I do have suspicions that he is on some type of drug that makes you very, very hyper and very amped. I'm not exactly sure what that would be, but I thought it was coke.
So, you moved in, and this was when?
This was, I believe it was July 2016.
Right. So, you moved in, and what happened, and how did your relationship with him continue?
So, after he kicked my door in, I did call the cops because it was, like, crazy. After I called the cops, he was very apologetic, trying to, ask me not to press charges, and I shouldn't have forgave him, but I was like, okay, fine, like, I don't want to feud starting from day one with my neighbor, so I didn't press the charges. My family was really upset, like, that the cops came, they did not arrest him, they didn't do anything, so they did, knock on his door, and they were pretty upset with him, and they wanted to, talk about what happened. They exchanged phone numbers, and down the line, it was a little bit cordial for a few weeks, maybe. But then he started started progressing to more complaints, complaining about my son making noise, complaining about water running, like petty stuff, very, very petty stuff. Got to the point he started harassing my brother. That's the number that exchanged when my family came. So
your brother wasn't living there?
No, he was not, but he was the one who came and addressed the situation because, that's what he was going to do. So he addressed the situation, and after it progressed, Cadney started literally harassing my brother. Like, I kid you not, probably over 100 messages. Like, weird stuff like, oh, can you ask him to keep it down? Oh, is she still involved with the cops? Like, weird stuff like that. So eventually my brother came back over. I had my 5-year-old nephew at the time. He ran up the stairs. It's 3 levels. I was the 3rd story. He was the 2nd story. So he ran up the stairs, and I guess he made too much noise running up the stairs. He comes outside, starts yelling racial slurs again. Now, at this point, my brother is, like, really angry. So it gets hostile, and the cops get called again. When the cops get called this time, I say, this has been going on for too long. He's constantly knocking on the door. He's harassing my brother. He's calling us N-words. He's already broke down my door. Like, what happens from here? So the cop basically told me, you can go file a complaint if you want, but that's basically it. So I did. This time I went and filed the complaint. I wasn't, taking the sorry
at
anymore.
At the Mount Laurel Police Station?
Yes, at the Mount Laurel Police Department. Wasn't taking any more sorries. So the very next day, because we were outside when I had this conversation with the police, and I guess he overheard it. So, like, literally the next day or so, he comes up to me on the porch, and he's like, the police are not going to help you. I'm a drug dealer. This is what I've been doing. The police, they're my people. It's in the video. They're my people. They're not going to help you. Tell Pete I said hello. Pete was he was the judge at the time for Mount Laurel Court. So I end up filing these charges, and he starts trying to file fake charges against me. They kept getting denied.
Such as what?
He said that I was threatening to kill him. I threatened to kill him. I did. I was like 22 at the time. I was actually smaller than I am now. I threatened to kill him. Had no proof of this whatsoever. And like seriously. So I still have the papers too. It says no probable cause found. So after that didn't work, he had his wife file a fake charge. No probable cause found again. I believe her charge said something like it was similar along the lines to him, but just worded differently, and hers also got denied. So they literally kept filing fake charges until one finally, stuck. So I forgot which it was, but it ended up being a harassment charge.
So you would charge with harassment? Or he?
Yeah. Well, I already had my charge filed against him, but he also got charges filed against me after probably like the 4th time of getting denied a harassment charge. I forgot exactly what it was for, but it was something in the stairwell.
Did you go to court?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I went to court back and forth with this man for a year. He had a conflict of interest with so many judges. So he had a conflict of interest with the Mount Laurel police, or the Mount Laurel judge. Then they transferred it to Palmyra. He had a conflict of interest in Palmyra court. Then it got transferred to, I believe it's called Baskin Ridge. It's in Burlington County.
Yeah.
When we went there, because he filed charges against me, his case got heard first, so it looked like I was the person like causing the issue.
Right.
Even though I've been waiting months. He filed, and in 1 week he's getting his case heard. I filed, it took like 3 months, to get in front of that same judge. So when that happened, the judge literally treated me like trash. He was like, you're not supposed to be in here. I'm like, I'm the complainant, So treated me like garbage, and he ended up having a conflict with that judge as well. So they finally got a special judge to come to Mount Laurel Police Department. But before that, I ended up moving. I ended up moving because of him. He was constantly calling DYFS, constantly making up false rumors, constantly calling the condo association. He's even messed up his own porch, took pictures, and then said that I did it. Like, I was literally like, how did I get on your porch?
Right.
My car was getting messed up, batteries were getting disconnected.
And your mother showed me pictures of the graffiti you wrote on your car.
Yeah, I'll get to that, because that one was a smack in the face. But he, DYFS was constantly getting called. My car was getting messed with. Yeah, DYFS is the Child Protective Services, for New Jersey. Okay. So constantly calling DYFS, so much to the point, the workers were like, what the heck is up with this man? He even called once, and I believe one of the workers were black, and he literally started complaining again, like I had friends over, when really it was a DYFS worker. Yes. So it was that bad with this, and I'm like, this is a DYFS worker, so you just did all that, and you didn't even know, because I guess you saw that it was a minority worker, that it had to just be my friend. It couldn't just be the DYFS worker you called, So, after all this is going on, I ended up moving, but his wife did work at my son's school. So, they magically found my new address. Go figure.
Which school was this?
This is Larchmont Elementary School. She's a teacher's aide. I tried not to involve her, too much, even though she was still on his side.
What's her name?
Her name is Shannon Irene, and it was Mathews. I believe they're divorced now.
Right.
Good reason.
Shannon, I've never found her at all, so yeah.
Yeah, Shannon Irene, yeah. Okay. So, before our final court date, it was, now this went on to 2018. It started in 2016, went to 2018. So.
And this is in Baskin Ridge?
No, so this is in Mount Laurel. So it ended up being a conflict of interest with the judge there.
Okay, right.
So they had to bring a special judge from Mount Laurel Police for Mount Laurel Court. So we ended up going here. It was crazy. Baskin Ridge was like an hour away. It was just ridiculous how much I had to go through with this man. So before our final court date, literally it was probably the weekend before or a few days before I come out from the new address that I had, and it's, I'm an N-word who sucks cocks all over the car. Each side. He made a stencil. He made a pre-made stencil to do this. Yeah, he made a who has that kind of time? So he made a pre-made stencil, did that. And then when we finally went to court, the judge was definitely not happy with what she was reading, but the Mount Laurel Police Department did not turn in any of the evidence that I gave them. I gave them handwritten notes. I've given them probably 20 text messages, videos, everything. I gave them everything, and they did not turn it over to the discovery. So when the court date finally happened, and I finally had my say in court, because I knew there was no way you could look at the evidence and he wasn't going to get charged. He was going to get charged. He was going to look like a crazy man.
Yeah.
But they did not give any discovery. Mount Laurel failed to do that, and I had numerous emails of me emailing them. So
you're not only not happy with him, but the authorities in this town.
I'm more mad at the authorities in this town because the situation that happened recently with the man over in the new address that he moved to most likely wouldn't have happened if they would have nipped this in the bud when this was an issue. He has issues with multiple of the neighbors. I feel awful for them. Right. They were telling me their stories as well. And I wouldn't even be here talking to you if he knew where I lived, because what he does is things that he know he can get away with. Spray painting on the car. Who's going to have everyone has to buy cameras, because who is going to have a camera just set up and waiting for someone to spray paint your car? So that he just,
cameras is no,
yeah, he would literally do anything.
The police tell me that yes, there's been a lot of complaints about him, but
they can't do
anything. They can't, but either because the complainant won't sign the sheet, or there is not enough probable cause.
No.
I'm trying to get all those.
No,
records.
no, they're full of it. They're very full of it. And you know what? It sucks for the new police officers who really don't have any idea what's going on. But I dealt with this for a year and a half. I went to that police station all the time. If anyone could get my records, and I hope they do, you'll see how many times I went there with my mom. I went there with my dad. I've tried to speak to the chief of police. Like, I have literally went there all the time, and I had proof. I had videos of him telling me he's a drug dealer and friends with the cops. Yeah. So of course that video went missing, you know? Like, oh, we don't want to incriminate ourselves, so that video goes missing. I had pictures of damage to my door. You know, I had numerous adults in the house that said he literally broke in the home while I was there, threatening me.
This was the first step. You're on your first step.
Yes, and nothing could be done. How do you not get arrested for that?
Well, how bad was the door? I mean, was it off its hinges or?
No, it was okay. So the door didn't actually fly off the hinges, but the lock, the lock was completely bent up. Right. The wood was broken, and just in the door.
And he just kicked it in.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, he did. He literally, like, I was sitting on my couch, the door was over on this side, and he just, you see his, like, foot go flying in, and then everyone was so in shock, like, you think you would get up and do some craziness, but you're just like, did this seriously just happen? Like, someone just kicked in the door and is screaming all these crazy things, and then I call the cops and nothing happens. Like, that's amazing.
So, what other incidents, specific incidents? Obviously the car and the porch that you trashed. What else? Can you think of any other specific incidents?
No other specific incidents. Just like I said, he basically just harassed us for years.
So you moved out. This is the Brittany Commons one. Yeah.
Yes, I moved out, and Well, no, I had moved away from that one too. After he spray painted my car, I was like, I'm not going to stay here.
Oh, because he found out. Because you think it was his wife?
Yeah. So I was like, I need to get out of here ASAP. So I ended up moving again, and I've been pretty, he's not bothered me ever since because I've not been around him. But if you're somebody that's around him, he's going to harass you, especially if you're of color. It's just what he does, I think.
So do you know the guy that he was shouting at in the video from last Friday?
So I spoke with him. I did speak with him, that incident. So apparently, where he lives now is also in Mount Laurel. He's been trying to run for the condo association board, so they are not wanting him to because of all the complaints. They disqualified him, and after they disqualified him, yes, after they disqualified him, he started targeting the board members, primarily the black ones. The president of that board is a black man, a black older man. His wife is a white woman, and Cagney is seen knocking on his door. Tell your husband to come out. Tell your husband to come out. It's on one of the videos that's going around. And the gentleman, he is in the military, and he didn't really want his information too public because I guess he has to go through military court. He stepped in on behalf because Cagney likes targeting older people, young mothers, so he stepped in defense of someone else. It wasn't not his original problem.
Ron is the homeowner's guy, isn't he?
I believe. I actually didn't even catch his name. I do believe he is, but
because there was the stuff written in the dirt.
Yes, I believe that he is the guy, but he's targeted so many of his neighbors. It's not just him here.
But the guy that he's seen going face to face with, that is a guy who's in the military.
Yeah, I believe his name is Brandon. I'm not sure his last name, but he's in the military, and he stood up for the president of the condo association.
And he just moved in there, you say, Brandon?
Oh, I'm not sure if he just moved in or not. Yeah, I'm not sure if he just moved in there or not, but I know that after I moved, Cagney eventually moved over to Essex Place, and that's where all that happened.
Right. He's been there about 4 years, I think.
He's been there about 4 years, and he's been literally harassing all the neighbors. Yeah. They came, they told me they also had videos as well. They said that they've been filing complaints and Mount Laurel's been doing nothing. And this is from about, let's see, 4 people that I can think of. So, yeah. And that's not even mean. It's like,
so, what happened when you saw the video? I mean, how did you get to see the video? Shouting video?
Well, I actually seen the video when there wasn't even that many shares. It wasn't even that viral yet. So as soon as I seen the video, my boyfriend tells me, "Oh, look, Cagney's at it again." I'm like, I knew he would be. I wasn't surprised at all. I was like, I knew this was gonna happen eventually. He was gonna dig himself into a very deep hole. Because people like that just don't get away and just change. Right. He was eventually gonna do it to himself, and he did. So as soon as he did that, I was like, okay, I'm finally sharing my videos. Because at the time, I never shared any of my videos because we were going through the court process. Right. And after they basically didn't help me, I felt so defeated. Like, I just lived a year and a half of like a tremendous amount of stress every day.
Right.
I didn't really want to post videos. I don't want to revisit it. I didn't want to bring it back up because it was just over and done with. I was not dealing with him anymore, and I was just thankful for that. You know, I didn't want to trigger him and make him stalk me again or anything. Right. But when I seen that video, I'm like, see, Mount Laurel police keep letting this man get away, and this is exactly why he's doing the things that he's doing. There's been so many complaints. They literally failed me so bad when we went to court. So it was like, I'm going to come out with my story so they see that it's not just one guy who's doing this too.
What was the outcome of the court? Neither of you were found guilty, do I?
So the outcome of the court was this. So Cagney and Shannon, you cannot see Jasmine, and if you see her, you have to turn away and not bother her. If there's anything that happens within the next year, we will reopen the case. That was it. Nothing came.
Basically,
he got off.
Similar to having a restraining order, I guess.
Yes, he got off literally with everything. I tried.
And you weren't found guilty, did you?
Oh no! Oh, they did. They dropped mine. They knew that was completely bogus. Okay. But I actually did used to try to get a restraining order because he used to knock on my door and come to me all the time. Right. They told me I could not get a restraining order unless me and him were in a relationship or if we lived together.
Right. Yeah, so you can't get a relationship against somebody who's harassing you.
Yeah, exactly. So
anyway, sorry, to get back to Friday, how did the protest on Monday sort of,
okay, I'll tell you exactly how it started. So when I seen that video, I posted my video, and then everyone started commenting on both our videos, like, let's go to his house. So we all just went there. And this one guy in particular.
Because he actually says on the video, I live at...
Yeah, so everyone had his address. But when we posted our videos, this one guy on Facebook, his name's like G-Hove, like G-E-E-H-O-V. He was like, I'm going there right now. And I was like, okay. I didn't think he was actually going to go. Right. But then he went live at his house. So I was like, oh, there's no way I'm not going to go. I'm absolutely going. And then that's how it started. And I was one of the first people there, and I was literally one of the last. I stayed there from 10 o'clock in the morning to past 11 o'clock at night.
Did it... What I'm looking for. Did it get what you wanted? I mean, did the protest? Did you succeed in your protest? Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I think it was it went bigger than I thought it was going to be, for sure. I did not think he was going to get arrested. I didn't think that at all. I just thought it was kind of going to be a bunch of people outside his house, and he was just going to know, like, there's people out, and people weren't going to let him leave, or whatever the case was. But he actually ended up getting arrested for more evidence in video. And the thing is, it shouldn't take that to get him properly arrested. Right. It should not take that.
What about there was some vandalism at his house, and there was some, as I understand, some pepper spray was aimed at...
yeah, so I heard, so I didn't actually get pepper sprayed. I was one of the people right in the front when he got taken out, because I definitely wanted to see him, but it went so crazy, he didn't even get to see me. I wanted him to see me so bad, just because of all the times. But so the pepper spray, I didn't see any pepper spray, but I did hear about the pepper spray. Luckily, I didn't catch any of it. So I think it was kind of stupid though, just because everyone was right there who were supporting this protest. So we were also I definitely got wet with a bunch of Gatorade and all types of trash. I mean, I didn't really care because I was like, whatever, but I'm like, geez, it was insane.
So what should happen to him now? I mean, he's going to court on Friday.
So, no, seriously, what I believe should happen is I would love for my case to get reopened. My case needs to be reopened. It has to be. They have to see how Mount Laurel mishandled my case, and they need to reopen it. And they need to open up all of the cases that were filed against him and investigate those cases thoroughly. Right. Very thoroughly. Right. We don't want to hear, oh, there's not enough proof. No, you need to start asking all these neighbors and gather the proof. Because there was a woman, an older woman, who was living in the complex he's living in now. She actually moved out. She was one of the first homeowners there. Her name was Cookie. She was one of the first homeowners there. She was an older woman. He's slashed her tires, smeared feces all over her car, harassed her. And she tried to file a complaint. And what happened was they said that there was not enough proof. But in the new viral video, he's literally on that camera admitting to getting her car shot out or something like that, and says her name Cookie.
Which video is that? That's the one.
That's the main one. So if you watch the whole thing, he says, "Look what happened to Cookie and her daughter," or something along those lines. Right. So now there is proof. Right. So Mount Laurel needs to be investigated within itself. Right. They are not. They don't care. They're not giving enough effort when people are complaining. They just look at it. Oh, there's another complaint. But when it's a complaint about the same man over and over and over again, you need to take it serious, or this is going to be the result.
He's in custody now.
He'll be released Friday, and people plan to go to the courthouse or the jail on Friday.
He's going to be done virtually, I think.
Yes, but people plan to go for when he's released because we expect he'll be released
on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Should he be?
He absolutely he should not be, but the system is broken that they're not going to be able to hold him. So he's going to be released. He should not be released. He should not even have been out all this time. He should have been in jail, for years now.
And when his case comes up, what punishment would you like to see?
The thing is, it's bias, intimidation, and harassment. It's not going to be, the maximum is not going to be enough. They need to open up all of our cases, and then when he's in jail, they're hearing all of our cases and the time tax on, because he should not be out in society at all.
Right. What about if he does get out, can he live in Mount Laurel at the moment?
He shouldn't be able to live anywhere. He needs to be in a mental institution.
You think he's got mental problems?
100%. Deeply. Yes, I think he has mental problems. Yeah. I do. I think he has serious mental issues, and it's really sad that he's not been properly helped. Because
one woman at the complex told me, I said, well, what's he like? And she said, well, he's like the village idiot. That's the only thing I can think of. The elevator doesn't go up to the top.
He's very childish. I mean, think about it. He made a stencil. To go on my car. He wrote "White Lives Matter" on multiple of the fences out where he lives currently. Like, it's like really, really childish is what he's doing. He's like power tripping, and in the video, I believe he said that he doesn't have either of his parents. I don't know for how long, but it's clear that he has serious, serious mental issues. I know that because he's the type to go crazy, apologize, go crazy again, apologize, go crazy, and apologize. Yeah. It's pretty scary, and it's dangerous to be out in society like that.
I disagree with that part. He don't have no mental health issues. He's a white supremacist, and he's been allowed to get away with all type of shit, and he has utilized it. That is it, and that is all. But how the enemy gets down, they will do horrible shit to you, and then on top of that, they want you to like them. It's a mixed bag with them and everything. So I thought that was a really good interview. It gave us more insight on the tyranny that the neighbors had to deal with and everything. Let's see here. It was something this is what I wanted to show y'all that was deep. Let's get a little bit deeper into this situation with this young lady. Okay, I'm gonna play this first video. It's short, but it's powerful, and it's his ex-wife, and they think that they are real clever and smart. This girl was recording shit that they were saying, because remember, he was trying to make something stick on her, so then he had his ex to come in and do her thug thizzle. Now listen to this. Take it all the way back.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you come here?
Yeah.
Hi. Hi. That's okay.
Hey, how are you?
I see that we have a bunch of charges going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's only 2 against Aggie, not you. Nothing to you.
Oh, yeah, but we were down there all night last night. So we'd like to see if we could. This is going to turn into a big thing, Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm tired.
Yeah. I'm tired too, but like you guys, like you down there for what? What charges could you do against me? You guys knock on my door. I don't never come to you. I don't say nothing to y'all. Y'all come to me. He's came to me. He's came to my brother. I have text messages from my brother.
Yeah.
More things. What is he stalking us now?
No, we just want this to stop. I mean, you guys.
We won't want to stop. I told him that day. I tried to talk to you, right? Remember? I tried to before I even went down there. The only reason it took so long is because it went to Palmyra. But because the judge didn't say on record that it was a conflict of interest and it was transferring to Palmyra, it got sent back to Mount Laurel so it can go on record. So the 25th, it's not going to be heard that day. All he's going to do is...
No, it's going to go on for months.
Yeah.
Because he's got 5-6 charges against you.
I mean, that stuff doesn't scare me.
I know, but this is going to be so drawn out.
Yeah, but listen, I don't know.
Go to mediation because...
No, because I want to know what charges you guys got on me. Like, you're saying that to me, unless he specifically says that he's sorry, he's going to leave me alone, and that's going to be it,
And I want to know what charges he could possibly have against me, because I don't do nothing.
You want to go to mediation?
No, we're going to go to court because now you're lying. So there's no mediation between me and a liar.
Now, ain't that something? Now, that was his wife. You know, she in on the shit too. And I still feel like there is a mass cover-up. All right? Now, many have heard this video, but I got to make it juicy, my royal family. So I'm going to play this. Let's get this all set up. Let's see here. Full screen. Let's take it back. Don't want to miss anything. And there's this fool. So the first one was his wife. She talking about doing some mediation and all that bullshit and stuff. And she don't even live over there anymore, but she's taking up his cause, getting caught up in the mix. I wouldn't be surprised if her ass get charged. But still, this is the enemy. This is the enemy system. And there's something going on. I just feel it.
Drugs. That's why nothing's happening. I sell drugs. That's what I do. That's what I've always done around here. I stopped, went to prison 3 times. Now I have all the friends with the cops. If you guys want to keep doing it this route, we're going to go the legal route. You're not going to get any help from the cops because they're my people. Do you understand?
Yeah.
That's why you're not getting anything. And I know that you've said that. The cops came down and told me, they said, what do you want us to do? So you can figure that out. We're not trying to cause you a problem. You're not trying to cause us a problem, right?
I've never been trying to cause you a problem.
Right. So there's no reason for the cops to come back around. We should be perfectly cordial, be able to have these conversations and be able to live around here with no problem.
Yeah, but now what you're talking about, the cops aren't going to help you, or calling my brother a nigger. I don't bother you. I don't do anything.
Calling your brother a nigger?
Yeah, you did do that.
No, I said, now I'm going to call the cops like the niggers do. That's what I said. I didn't call your brother a nigger.
You said you fucking nigger.
I said, now here I go, looking like a fucking nigger calling the cops. It's exactly what I said.
Well, we all heard you.
We all heard you?
We all heard it, yeah. Everybody outside. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't even in the argument.
Right, and you weren't even there either.
Yeah, and I came outside up top.
Keep doing what you're doing, and then we'll turn it around another way. How about that?
Okay, turn it around another way. I just recorded everything you said on my phone, so go ahead, because I'm about to go file a complaint right now.
You can file.
But I am. The whole conversation recorded.
Oh, Pete, I said hello. Okay,
Pete, you said hello. Yep. Word. Because it's not about that. I'll go to internal affairs. It ain't just about this county. It does have to do with the township if the township isn't doing what they're doing. But that's fine, because I'm going to the police right now. Okay, I will. Oh, I will. Yeah.
Now, they've been dicking around, playing, letting him get away with this and that. How are they going to explain their way out of that situation? But this is not surprising whatsoever. This is how the enemy gets down in their system. And what we are seeing is the side effects of the system. And also what we are seeing, my royal family, I've been saying for the last few months, there is a cost messing with royalty. Oh yeah, it's time to ante up. It's time to pay up. Y'all just think that y'all can just keep doing atrocious shit to us and karma not gonna show up in your life? Now, however this go down, the main thing is the exposure on the world stage. Now, Lisa happens to live in New Jersey. Now they want to do their job. It's too damn late. The nefarious things that y'all continue to do to us, now y'all want to so-called try to clean it up? See, Yahweh knows your heart. He knows your nature. And that is the driving force of this video, too. Because we was talking about it on the live stream last night about the enemy's nature. And respect their nature. Don't respect them whatsoever. And understand their movements in a dying system. Ain't it juicy, my royal family? Real juicy. I love shit like this. So we don't know at this point what's going on because it became silent. But we will see eventually. In the last part, my royal family, Dad damn Sally ass coon. I didn't catch it the first time. I know some of y'all might have caught it, but when I was, doing my research, I was like, who the hell is this? Really? That's Sally. She was about that life. She gonna protect Massa. That's why we have the issues that we having, because we always got some in the coon bunch, to show up and show out. But, they're going to deal with the same side effects too as well, tenfold. Anyway, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.